Hello guys, thank you so much for joining us. As above, so below. I feel like kind of my neck is up here. To each and every one of you guys, if this is your first time in my live, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I'm the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRS. Those are the African Digital Science by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. To each and every one of you guys, as you are chiming in, if this is your first time in my live, I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. I want to say salutations to my Madrina, to my Madrino, to my Oba, to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Ajay. To each and every one of you guys that practice the magical arts, and many of you guys, I do have my glasses on, but the way that the camera is, I may not see each and every one of you guys, but I think that's Triranda Aries coming in. Then I got my Jelly Sweets. To each and every one of you guys that are participating in my millionaire Conjure, this is the conclusion of this particular spell, and this Conjure. And so I wanted to come on here and to show you many guys. I do have the names of the people that participated in this. What I want to explain today, if this is your first time with your air sign, earth sign, water sign, and fire sign, water sign, earth sign. So these are synonymous when it comes down to doing real magic, real spirituality. And when you have somebody that is teaching you conjure, or you're learning conjure from them, or you're utilizing the social media platform. So some of the things that I'm going to talk about is to try to get melanated people that are in the church practicing the ATRs, or those that are out of the church but got church influence. A lot of times, especially with melanated people, they feel that they have time to be a part of certain things, or they feel like, okay, I'm going to get another opportunity to do this later on. Let me explain some things to you guys when it comes down to real magic, real spirituality, and why the Bible talks about in Ecclesiastes there's a time and a space for everything. And so a lot of things that are going on right now with this particular spell, and this is something that I'm going to reiterate because I think it's important that if you're doing money work or you want money work done, money should be involved in your conjure. Money should be, whether your currency is American dollars, whether it's Great Britain, or whether it's in another country, whether it's money out of Jamaica, it still needs to be currency. All money represents currency. Whether it's gold, whether it's silver, it represents, and it needs to be a part of your conjure because of this one thing. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. When you're doing money work and you're asking the universe, spirit, Egum, to bring you money, and you have nothing to that not symbolize money, but has the ache, and based off what you're asking out of the universe, you should have something that anchors that spell, anchors that working into that magic. I think that's wait a minute, hold on. What's up, Miss Nelson? They go my Taurus, I think. And I think I seen my Aquarius from North Carolina. I'm not for sure because I'm kind of distant from the camera. So y'all bear with me. So the reason, one of the things, whether you participate in this working or not, it was only $1,000. This is how I build wealth. This is how I have been taught to do magic, money magic. This is how I have been successful, and I normally get the things that I desire because I actually use the essence of that particular object. That in my cauldrons, I have the essence. In my in Gangas, and the essence. I want to explain about something that symbolizes. So when you'll see people that when they're doing money magic, they'll use this. This is a symbol of money. Okay? When the average person consciously sees this, they think about money. But it is very different. This is money. I don't have to think. It is. Just like I have the pumpkins here, just like I have the citrine here, and I have the actually the feather. Remember I told you guys I got to the church and this feather was sitting inside of the church. And I said, oh my God, this is Oshun. And so I made sure that I would put that peacock feather inside of this cauldron. And this still would be considered a cauldron. But this is, when you're doing money magic and you're utilizing this, this means, this symbolizes money. This will attract vouchers. This will attract discounts. This will attract money, physical money. This will attract things that represent money, maybe a label or a brand. But when you are doing real conjure, when I use rosemary, I want what rosemary brings to the table. When you use things that symbolizes money, it attracts anything that symbolizes money, whether it's drug money or whether it's a company that's very successful. These are the things that when you're utilizing things that symbolizes a particular energy, a frequency, or vibration, versus when you have the actual energy, frequency, and vibration in your working. I want to make a distinction. You cannot do the same type of magic that I'm doing without the money. This is called something that symbolizes or representation of. And so anything that this may attract may be the very thing. Like, say for instance, you like, I'm doing money magic and I need my rent paid. Well, this doesn't necessarily have to bring the money for you to get your rent paid. Doesn't mean it can't. But it symbolizes more than just physical money. Anything that represents money. Discounts represent money. I'm trying to use something else. A raise on your job can represent money. But it ain't enough money to set you free. You might get a scratch off, but not enough to make you go and cuss your boss out and tell him to kiss your grits. But when you do the type of conjure that I was taught to do, money, it takes money to make money. So the first thing that I'm going to do in this particular working to get to millionaire status is I started with 10,000. My numbers are 3, 6, and 9. I do my conjure based off of my energy, my numbers, my manifestation. So this is also the energy of Oshun. Now what I did, because I want to be clear about what I'm doing. These pumpkins, I have 10 total pumpkins. One set of 5 is going to the Oshun in that room, and then the other set is going there, but I wanted there to feed them. Now, what I did, those that do not know, I am crowned Mafedifun Oya, and I'm crowned Mafedifun Babalu. And so, in that you receive a spiritual name. So, in this spell, because I'm working with Oshun, I have my sacred name a part of all this. I have the names of the people that sent their $1,000 in, and so I have their names in here, which ain't nobody's business, but their names is in the 10K. So this goes inside of the pot, because that's what this is. I told you earlier with pumpkins represent abundance, they represent stability, they represent protection, and fertility. In that not in that distinct order, but that's the energy of why we utilize the pumpkin. Now, reason I encourage black melanated people to utilize real money is because like attract like. So we're on Sunday. I have burnt the incense. I have used the centering. This is so much energy inside of this pumpkin spirit. So when I do go and take this tonight to the river, I have all of the stuff in here that is going inside of the river. Now, this is why I said that spells have, I want to talk about how Conjure has time locks on it in the ATRS. Depending on when you initially implement a spell, and in my situation, I have been doing this spell for a consistent about 3 days. I have gone to cemetery. I have and those that have been following me, y'all know I posted pictures. I didn't show you my ancestor's name because that ain't none of your business. But I showed you that this money has received the arche of the millionaires in my family. I have and some of them are more than millionaires, but that's beside the point. Because this spell is about manifesting millionaire status. So what you need to be expecting when Egun comes in to help you with your money. Now, what I will say about money spells, no matter whether you do symbolization or you're using actual money, no money work is going to make you a good steward over God's inheritance. Whatever you get blessed with, how you utilize it is an individual thing. When you're doing Conjure, no spirit is going to tell you how to invest your money, how to make your money grow. Should force you. Spirits will come because I come from a family of hustlers. Go get them. But some of you to think that the spirits is going to just hand you over big money. They're going to create ways. They're going to make things easier for you to have access to those things that bring you money. One of the things that I have done and been learning from my ancestors, and when I say my ancestors, my actual biological family members, is that you got to have more than one thing going on. In other words, you have to have more than one river flowing into your life. That means you have to have different avenues where the Egun or the spirit can bring money to you, bring sources of money to you, bring money people. We have this this work that my spiritual dad taught me about bringing in money people, people that possess money. And so a part of my conjure is send to me money men, money women. Don't care if you gay, straight or bi. Long as you got some revenue, which is currency, then that's what I invoke. I invoke that to my website. I invoke that to my church. I invoke that to anything that pertains to me when it comes down to money. So I attach myself to these spirits that are here to help me make money, to give me the influence. Now, one of the things that my spiritual dad taught me is how to gain money power. Money power, money aim. So frequency and vibration. Now, this is where the concept is you get what you put in. If you sow sparingly, you reap sparingly. Every one of us that I hear, not that $1,000 sets me free. I knew not to use anything $1,000 because of the fact that I need bigger finances. So I started with my threes. And so one of my threes is going to be 10,000. My next is 100,000. So I will utilize the next spell that I do. I will utilize $100,000 and therefore $1 million. So all of you that think that I can't manifest that, you don't know my clientele. So, but I'm doing this for myself. But I incorporated and gave. First, I started with my church because I always start my church. Charity starts at home, and then I give opportunity to those that are out here in this. And so I have their names here that are going inside of the cauldron that already has all of the ingredients. These people, my Eguns, already know that these are the people to work for. These are the people to intercede for. These are the people to bring money power. Prosperity power is different than money power. Money is currency. You want power to cause money to flow at certain speeds and paces in your life. I'm going to say this again. Because of the fact that you're basically, I allow the $1,000 seeders to create a river into my 10,000, which eventually they will flow into the 100,000, which will flow into the million. So this is what you have to do. You never let somebody block your flow. Don't let somebody become a beaver in your life that will create a dam. Because these are the flows, or these are the rivers that allow you to have currency. Whether it's your job, whether it's your business, whether it's things you may be doing on TikTok. I'm just using, there's multiple ways. Maybe you selling ass. Praise God. Maybe you giving fellatio for $60. I don't know. But however you get your money and whatever means by which you have created rivers to come back to you. So we have citrine there. So what I'm doing now is basically because this is Oshun, and the reason why I'm saying that spells have time locks on them is because when the water is troubled, that's the time to dip in the water. You cannot dip in the water of we're talking about the pool of Bethesda. You cannot dip in the water before the angel troubles it, and you cannot dip after somebody has entered in. In other words, the stipulation to the manifestation is that whosoever gets into that water first is healed of their infirmities or their sickness. Okay? You can't go to that water after being troubled by the angel and after somebody has already taken the arche out of the water for their healing and then get some water out of the pool of Bethesda. It's not going to work. It has a time lock on that conjure. Ifa has it, Voodoo has it, Santeria has it, Lakumi has it, Christianity has it. The Bible talks about when the stirring of the Holy Ghost or the stirring of the Spirit. All of these are time-sensitive, time-locked spells or conjure. When you call a spirit, now I have to do this working in a time frame because I'm utilizing natural resources. When you do spell work, when you're utilizing natural ingredients, these things begin to decay after being exposed to the air element. I'm going to say this again. I can't even read what they're saying. So the reason why this is important is you have to strike basically when the iron is hot. And this is why I tell people about being prepared, especially with somebody like me. I'm a person, I'm very proactive. I'm always looking to better my life. Even though I live a good life, I'm looking to better my life and get into different spaces so I can do the things that I need to do. As none of this is easy, but I try to create different avenues for things to be easier. Just like I made certain sacrifices to be able to start this spell, then the people also that contributed also made certain sacrifices. So let me explain. First of all, this is a pumpkin. This is a natural cauldron. But once I cut into it, I expose it to the atmosphere, and then I'm also keeping it in my office, which is in the garage, which there's another element that allows this to decay. So in order for me to be able to hold this spell, in order for this pumpkin, I can't allow it to decay to the point that I can't even pick it up. That it's so soft, it's so mushy, because it decayed to the point where I can't even hold it and take it to the river. So some things have time locks on it because of the element by which you are working with. You have to, if you're working with an apple, a spell has to be done in a certain time because you're working an apple or a fruit or a vegetable, and you have to beat the process of oxidization that's going to take place. So, like I told you, magic is science. So having an understanding how quickly your particular instrument is going to decay, you got to be able to do those spells or those working in a certain time frame. So the reason why in this particular case, to get my work accomplished faster, I'm utilizing Egun that actually live millionaire status. Because Oshun told me that she was going to restore everything that I had lost, I suffer no loss because of Oshun. I suffer no loss because of Oshun. I suffer no financial loss because of Oshun. Now, I've been enchanting this and enchanting that. So, not only does this carry the energy, the arche of everything that has been done, I pulled the citrine outside of that, but I left certain components inside of that that will go into the river and go into the water. The names of the individual goes in there. I took out the candle of Oshun. As you can see, hold on. You see, some of you guys already see my voodoo doll that's there, been looking over this work. But this is the Oshun candle, and you can see how clear it is. It also has white around that. I always remember when the spirit shows up with white around it, that means they're present, and it is burning very clearly inside of the pumpkin, but I just took it out because I'm not going to take and put this inside of the pumpkin, the candle. Now, what I'm going to do is give her 5 ounce essence. Remember, Oshun represents the 5 senses. Rose, lavender. Lavender speeds up the work because some of y'all need money in a hurry. For wealth to come through business. Orange. Remember, the element of orange also deals with marriages, but in this case, we trying to get money. So this will fall up under the category of business, which is orange. And then we have sandalwood. Remember, I have Oshun. My Oshun, I also have my talisman Oshun in there. So all of y'all got y'all talisman. I will work with that right now. This is sandalwood. Sandalwood heightens and elevates the frequency and the vibration, but it also brings prosperity, and sandalwood is also used for protection. And then we have, yay, 1800. These are all representation of all 5 of your senses when it comes down to money. I'm going to say that again. This is going to enhance all of your senses, your 5 senses. Everyone that's named is represented here with your $1,000. This is going to heighten you financially, but with your senses when it comes down to money. M-O-N-E-Y. My mind on my money, money on my mind, my mind on my money, my money on my mind. Success and prosperity is having an eye for money, having a nose for money, having a touch. You got, when they say to use the terminology, I got the Midas touch, money power. Money power. So, and then we have, it's right behind me, my concoction. This is tobacco. But this, I'm using tobacco spray to actually energize and feed the egun. And it also, because it has that Ogun liquor. Do I have it? Oh, it's over there. I ain't finna get up, my legs are tired. This has the Ogun liquor in there, so it kills the oxidation of the this particular pumpkin a lot faster, but it's feeding energy and feeding the spirits inside of that. So they've already given the access to that. I make sure that the money touches the pumpkin because I want the pumpkin to absorb the actual ache of money. Now, even though I may take some pictures about going, when I go out to the river, I may do something of that nature. I don't know, because it's really dark out there where I go. What I was going to say. Remember, the water element magnifies the spell. The reason why we use the ocean water, rainwater, water energy carries energy, but it also magnifies. So, however strong this is, once it hits the water, it's going to become even stronger. Because that's what water does. That's why we, I also baptized this, and Monique gave her $1,000, and so she was at the church, so I cleansed her with Oshun water. So she can tell you in her own way, in her own words, how strong Oshun water is. But I baptized this pumpkin with Oshun, and like I told you guys, once I put these names in here and sealed it, I cannot do this spell again. So that's what I mean, things are time sensitive. When I give you an opportunity to participate in something, that is not me knocking on your door and saying, oh, you got to do this. No, this is a particular spell for to change your economics through Oshun. Period. And utilizing your 5 senses. This is also being guarded by my voodoo dog, which is, this is where he is actually my protector that has been with me since I came into this world. And he's also a part of the reason why I generate the money that I generate. And so, quite fit, he would be a part. So his all, if you notice here, I'll call his name. This is how strong this is. This is the candle for Iligba. And notice opening, roll opening. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. But these are his spirits. I have the gonads on his pedestal. But this is my Moreto. And you see all the white. He all up in this spell. So he's gonna definitely make sure this come to pass. And he does all of these workings for me. He assists me in all that's working. So what I'm gonna give to Oshun also is the tobacco that was we took care of Iligba. Iligba. Oh, here it is. Spell, depending on what you're using, that's why you may have to rush to do a spell. Certain times that we do these spells, we have to do them in certain increments. And because my numbers are 369, if you want, if you at last minute you decide you may want to participate in this working, you would have to send it right now, because once I seal it up, I can't do the spell no more. Woo. I'm not a smoker, so y'all gotta forgive me. I'm not a smoker, neither am I a dick sucker, so I'm not that great. Because some of y'all would need no help. And we thank God for y'all. Now, yes, woo, ashes. Put that in there. Woo. I'm also going to implement in this some ashes out of my pot where I burn a lot of our incense, burns, all of that carries our shape. If you want to participate in this and you feel like this is something you want to be a part of, you have until I seal this pumpkin to send $1,000. Text me and say, Apostle, put my name in that money. Do not leave, do not get to that river without me in that pot. That's why I love ashes, because ashes still carry the ache of any working, most of my working about prosperity and success. And so all of those ashes go inside of that. This was also worked with the 6 and 7 books of Moses, this particular spell. Most of all of my spells, I incorporate the 6 and 7 books of Moses into the Conjure. This is the goat that was sacrificed on my Kobiende. This is for him. This is actually the sack of a goat's scrotum. So that sits with my spirit. And then what else I need to say? Oh, honey for Oshun. If you're gonna work with Oshun, if you had to have a Oshun, you have to taste the honey before giving that to Oshun. Some of y'all know what it is like to stick your fingers in it. I have to take this also to the river and do it once again at the river. I paid, I got money inside of this work. I gave money for Oshun, but I also gave money for the Egun because the Eguns are participating in this work. So you just can't pay, just say for instance, in this spiritual work, it's like you can't just pay the light bill, you got to also pay the water bill. I have to pay the river spirits, and then I have to pay the ancestors that are also assisting in this work. I also pay him, well, he gonna get paid anyway. But I'm taking care of him, and so this is what I mean by why these things are time sensitive, and because it's a little, because I'm watching the clock, because I have to have this done by a certain time. But this is, we implemented the fire into this. And then what we do is, after this is done, that these monies have collected all this arche, then it goes back into circulation. And so what happens is that because those that practice magic, real magic, this is why when we, whether in Ifa, Voodoo, or Santeria, we go to banks, we get the dirt of the bank. So this goes back into the currency of the bank. And so when this money is dispersed into the currency, this draws money. So I'm putting it back into, basically putting it back into the energy grid in order for it to spread like wildfire. That's why it's gaining almost a lot of chi and a lot of energy. You can't do, I'm going to take that back. I wouldn't advise doing money magic without understanding currency. I wouldn't do money magic without understanding what you have need of. And so when things go to happen in your life, this is what I told you guys, this way keeps you from getting in car accidents. This keeps you from something happening to your house where your insurance gives you money. You know, because money got to come from somewhere, and if you don't have it as a resource, then you cannot, it has to come from somewhere, and normally the person has to get hurt, or somebody close to them has to get hurt in order for them to get a certain amount of money. And that's not the way that I do money magic. And so therefore this will not bring any injury to anybody or any participant of this working. So and this is why it's time sensitive, because I went from my day of power, which is the marketplace, then I went to Friday, which is the laws of attraction, which is Venusian energy. Saturn brought structure, and then the sun element is bringing the power, the solar plexus. The last form is of Ache that is being contributed to this working. I told you guys, I already talked to you about the circle, why we utilize the circle, because this is not particularly voodoo itself, but voodoo is a part of this. This is why I just did the circle and not a veve. This is also why I did not implement a patipimbo, because this is not fully hollow, and this is not completely hoodoo. So my energies, because I operate out of all 9 realms, my energy integrates into this particular working. So I hope this helped. I hope I'm excited for everybody that did participate. If you did not get an opportunity to participate, don't even feel bad. I won't be doing this type of money spell, but I will be doing money, other money working. But this is to get me to millionaire status. And so I wanted to give people an opportunity to get on the bandwagon, on the train, so to speak, and to pull your finances along with mine. So that's why we did what we did. And thank you for your participation. Thank you for being a part of this working. Like I said, where I'm going to the river is very dark, so if I'm able to take pictures that you can visibly see, then I'll do that. But other than that, I'm gonna take one picture. I'll post this on our YouTube channel and social media, and then I'm gonna seal this candle. Seal this pumpkin, and then go out to the river. Thank you for the likes, the shares. This is don't worry about people being able to see this particular working. They cannot interfere. This is way above. This is extraterrestrial. This is way above their access to magic. So even your finances will have a whole nother level of protection just because of this working. All right. Woo. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'm 51, about to be 52 in December. Yes. All right.